Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Yes, I wanted to make a video concerning this post that was put up 4 days ago on Daily Mail, and it's going into Russia and how they're ready to deploy what they call the most powerful missile in the world. So let's check out this video and then we'll grab some precepts on it.
Putin says Russia is now ready to deploy the most powerful nuclear missile in the world. Russia says it has successfully tested the missile called Sarmat, and known in the West as Satan II. Putin says it will be put on combat duty by the end of this year. The missile is a nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missile designed to carry multiple warheads over extremely long distances. Putin claims it can travel more than 35,000 kilometers and penetrate existing and future missile defense systems. Russia says Tuesday's launch was successful, but the missile's development has been far from smooth. Sarmat was first tested successfully in 2022, but has faced years of delays. And in 2024, a reported failed test caused a huge explosion and leaving a 200-foot wide crater. The timing is significant. Putin has repeatedly used nuclear language during the war in Ukraine, warning the West against deeper involvement. And this test comes just months after New START, the last remaining nuclear arms control treaty between the US and Russia, expired in February 2026. Russia still has the world's largest nuclear stockpile, according to monitors, with thousands of warheads. Putin has also linked Sarmat to a wider generation of Russian weapons, including the Poseidon underwater drone and the Burevestnik cruise missile, saying work on both is now in its final stages. He frames these weapons as Russia's answer to US missile defenses. But Western analysts say Putin has often exaggerated what some of these weapons can actually do. Either way, this test sends a clear message. Russia wants the world to know its nuclear arsenal is still central to its power, and that, as the war in Ukraine continues, Putin is willing to keep putting that threat front and center. Putin says...
Yeah, so you heard it. My man Putin is basically bragging about the ICBM missile that they have called Satan II over here in the West, I guess, Sarmat. And it can travel over 35,000 kilometers. He says it can break past the most top-notch nuclear defense systems. And of course, a distance like that can easily hit anywhere, can target anywhere over here in Babylon the Great. And so they've tested it before, but now he's saying it's ready to be deployed at the end of this month. And of course, prophecy had to take place. War can't just bust out without certain things happening, such as the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. We know that's going to be made mandatory before a full-scale World War III breaks loose. But we're at that time now where Russia is ready, Iran is ready, all these different countries are ready. They've been stockpiling different missiles and putting money towards their military programs. And World War III is right around the corner. That means the chip is as well. And of course, we make videos like this so that you can understand exactly what times that you're currently living in. Because World War III is prophesied in the Bible. And so are these missiles. So I'm going to throw that away. And I'm going to read first Revelation 9 and verse 17. It says, "And thus I saw the horses." These horses are the missiles that John saw in this vision. "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone." So he's basically describing the missile. "And the heads of the horses," which are the nuclear warheads, because the missiles just carry multiple warheads. And that's what he's describing here. "And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone." So of course, out of the actual physical head of a lion, there isn't fire coming out. So this is talking about the ICBM missiles that we just saw. Nuclear missiles is what John saw. And of course, World War III, as we always read, is prophesied in the Bible a few chapters over, Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So the second woe is World War II, and this third woe is talking about World War III, and it says that it's coming quickly. And we see that because all of the end time prophecies are currently playing out right now at the same exact time. And that's never happened ever. No one can ever say that. Sure, you can point out plagues here, and you can point out earthquakes there, all these different things, but now we have earthquakes, plagues, war, the microchip, which is a mark of the beast. It's all relevant right now. You can go into Google, and I'm sure you can find some relevant, significant news that just dropped about either one of those end time signs right now, I'm sure, because we're living in those times right now. So World War III is right around the corner, and these missiles will be utilized. This is 2 Ezra 16 in the GNT, and starting at verse 13. It says, he is like a mighty archer whose strong right arms, let me read that again. He is like a mighty archer whose strong right arm bends the bow. You know, the GNT is a little bit different, so got me tripped up. It says his arrows are sharp and never miss their mark once they are shot out toward any part of the earth. Once again, another metaphor here referring to the nuclear missiles. He has already sent out his disasters toward the earth, and they will not miss their target. The fire has been lit, and it cannot be put out until it burns up the foundations of the earth. The disasters are on their way toward the earth, and like an arrow shot by a strong archer, they cannot be turned back. So disasters, plagues, it's many different things. But the biggest plague or the biggest disaster that's coming are those missiles. So World War III is right around the corner. The Bible also calls that Armageddon. What else? What else am I thinking? The second death. It's all just talking about World War III. And that's going to be the end-all be-all to when Yahushua returns. And at that same exact time, when he does return, then he's going to gather his elect, those that were predestined to receive salvation across the entire world. And so the elect are going to go through a perilous time, but they're going to be protected during that perilous time, which is called Jacob's trouble. And then when World War III finally breaks out, you're going to have those missiles shot, and then the elect are going to be delivered through the fire. That's what salvation is. Salvation is being delivered from something. Delivered from what in these times? The nuclear missiles that are going to be shot off for World War III. And let's grab one last precept. Let's go to the book of Joel, Old Testament. Joel, and I want chapter 2. When you read this, starting at verse 1, it's going into the missiles. But I want to get a specific point. Oh, I have it highlighted. Joel 2 verse 8, because Joel, remember in the video it said that Putin believes that it can penetrate any nuclear or any missile defense system. Well, you have Joel 2 verse 8, that's prophetic. It says, neither shall one thrust another. One is referring to the missiles. Neither shall one thrust or hit another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword right here is referring to those missile defense systems. So when the missiles are shot and then the missiles fall upon the sword or the missile defense system, it says they shall not be wounded. So these missiles won't be stopped, basically, is what it's going into. They're not going to hit each other. They're going to stay in their ranks, and they're going to bypass those missile defense systems. So U.S. analysts like to say that Putin is exaggerating. Well, I believe him 100% because All of it is prophecy. It's prophetic, and it's going to happen. So we're 100% living in the end days right now, and you have to remember that we're still in the time of mercy and grace. So you have to repent daily and pray without ceasing and ask the Most High, through His only begotten Son, to continue to increase your faith. That's it. When you do those things, then He'll consistently be your guide and protect you throughout all this perilous time that we're about to enter into. And of course, He'll deliver you from everything that we just read, the nuclear missiles. You'll receive salvation. That's the most important thing. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Call Haloyam Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Shalom.